Hey there, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice. And, recently we lost Bill Buckner. And, man, I always kind of idolized him. Always thought he was a great hitter. Always thought he was a hard-nosed player. I don't know. All in all, I was always very impressed by his abilities and his style and so forth. Thought he was a real plus on any team. So anyway, when he passed, I said, wow, I like to know and replay the last Major League game for Bill Buckner. And so I started investigating, and I found it was the Ranger game. It was a Ranger game. It was May 30th, 1990, and it was against the Red Sox. And that's what I'm doing. Now, I didn't have a 1990 set. Actually, I had an APA 1990 set, and I sold it because I had bought it from a guy who used it. I bought a whole bunch of seasons from him, and he was using them to kind of build his own teams and that sort of thing. So they were all mixed up. There was no envelopes, or the envelopes were there, but I think they were separate. But anyway, it was a mess, and it was going to be too much trouble for me. I don't have that kind of time. It's almost 2 hours. I've done it once. It took me 2 hours a day. I had to go. I don't remember back then and every player on every team. I remember the players, but they bounced around from team to team, and I'm never sure which team I remember them on. So anyway, it took me about 2 hours every night for 7 nights. So that's 14 hours of work to go each card by card into Baseball Reference and double check, and then there were players with multiple teams, so I had to make sure it was the last team, because that's how APA does it. They put the player on the last team he played for and so forth. And I said, you know what, I'm not doing that again. So I sold the 1990 season to somebody who I sold it pretty cheap, and I said, hey, you put them together. So now I wanted to play 1990 and I couldn't. So I started thinking, okay, who has 1990 and available, which is affordable, because I'm only going to play this one game. I'm not a big 1990 guy. So I thought of Statis Pro. Statis Pro, you go online, and Big Dave Roy, sells these cards. There's a couple other guys that sell the cards, and they're just as good. I think Derek from the Delphi website sells the cards as well. He has a very good set, and I got to buy a set from him. I kind of like these because the numbers are big for me. My eyesight is not very good, and I buy I don't buy the platoons cards, the righty lefty platoons, because this system includes a righty lefty effect. So, and plus that makes the numbers smaller when I buy those cards, so it's a little bit harder for me to see. So anyway, that's the story. That's the backstory behind Statis Pro, why I'm playing Statis Pro right now, other than it's a very cool game. A lot of guys love it, and it's a very, very nice game. It's very detailed. Okay, if you look at this whole board around me, it has all kinds of things. Runners advancing on base hits. It has first to third on a single to left, first to third on a single to center, first to third on a single to right. Okay, I mean, then you got up here stolen base charts, and it has, if you steal second, it's got certain players and certain catchers will throw you out. Certain players will will get the stolen base. It's all in here. Then you have the pitcher picks off the base runner. You have the catcher picks off the base runner. You got all that up here. Then you can move over here. You got the sacrifice chart. Better bunters are double A. The worst bunters are double D. Here we got the clutch defensive charts. That's another characteristic of Statis Pro. Clutch defense, guys that have a tendency, probably higher RBIs, I imagine, or just game-winning hits, that sort of thing. They're going to have better clutch numbers, and when that comes up, it gives them an advantage. I'm sorry, clutch batting. That's clutch batting, and clutch defense is guys who are better fielders are going to have an advantage. Bunting for a base hit. You even got that up here on the upper right-hand corner, right here. Then you got defensive option for play chart. You can keep the infield. No, this is send the runner from third to home. And I have a standard rule that I use with nobody out, runner on third holes. With one out, runner on third tries to score. Unless he's real slow, and then I'll hold him up. Squeeze play. Got that, and then advancing on fly ball. And then you got the factor for left versus right element. You got that going on here too. So let's get started. Let me tell you where I'm at. Right now it's an excellent game. I'm in the top of the 7th. Every 3 innings you got to mix up the cards, okay? And I did that already, so I'm going to have 3 innings with the cards are set up for that. And it's the top of the 7th. The score is 3-2 Rangers. Leading off is going to be Carlos Quintana. Then it's going to be Rivera, the shortstop. Quintana's the right fielder. Luis Rivera, the shortstop. Quintana had a good season in terms of the average, batted .287 with 7 home runs. Not a lot of power, but he's a right fielder here. He's also a first baseman. Primarily, he was a first baseman, but then he played right field in 3 games, and he's in right field in this game. Our first baseman is Bill Buckner in this game. All right, so let's get started. It's Kevin Brown on the mound. Now he's been pitching a pretty good ball game. So far he's allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base runners. 7 base runners and 2 runs. And we'll double check that. That's 7 plus 2 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I sometimes have a tendency to forget the home pitcher reduction, which I really like. I don't know why, I just kind of like it. I guess because the other systems that I play don't have that type of thing, like that. But I forget sometimes, so I'm trying to get... Now, I played this game before. This is the second time I'm playing it, simply because the first game I was relearning the rules. I haven't played it for a month and a half or 2 months, and I kind of forget the rules, and it gets real choppy, and I have to think a lot, and I hate that. So anyway, all right. So it's going to be Carlos Quintana versus Kevin Brown. Here's the pitch from Kevin Brown. I'm looking for a PB. That's going to tell me if it's off the pitcher's card or the batter's card. That's a really cool effect that this system offers you. Everything goes through the pitcher first, and I really like that. I think that's the way it should be. So that's an 8. That's above Kevin Brown's PB rating. Okay, drink some water there. I'm choking. All right, here goes. So it's going to be off Quintana's card, which tells me, and this is I gotta memorize this. That means if he gets a hit off his card, I'll have to check for an error, and the second thing I have to do is reduce the pitcher's number there. Okay. All right. So let's see what happens. What we get here. Now we're going to look for the random number. It's a 37. A 37 is going to be a strikeout on Quintana's card. So the first batter in the top of the 7 strikes out. Carlos Quintana down on strikes. Luis Rivera stepping to the plate. He's a shortstop. Played in 112 games. He's an E4, so decent, almost average. He batted .225, so he's not much of a hitter. All right, nothing there. Let's see. We're looking for the PB. It's 8 again, so this goes to Luis Rivera. We're 2-7 on Kevin Brown's card, and it's a 28. A 28. Oh, just missed being a home run. That's a strikeout. High heat gets Rivera back-to-back strikeouts, and Kevin Brown has struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. 2 outs, and now it's Wade Boggs. That's right, the Wade Boggs. I remember him very, very well as a Yankee, not so much as a Red Sox. All right, here goes. Wade Boggs. It's a 10, so that's going to be off Boggs. That's an 83. That's going to be an out. You look at what kind of batter is he? He's a lefty neutral or normal. So you're going to look for that here on the out sequence. LN, it's popped up in foul ground to the first baseman, and the first baseman is Palmeiro, and he makes the catch. I checked for the error there because there was a little asterisk. So that's 3 up, 3 down. I go to bottom of the 7th now. All right, so I have to always remember that I go across. In other games, I go top. Like this is like the this would be the home pitcher, but this would be the visiting team. In this game, they put home on one side and visitors on the other, so I gotta, find my bearings there. So I'm going across here. Eric Hetzel, he was not a very good pitcher. He was 1-4 with a 5.91 ERA, but he's still in the game, and we're in the bottom of the 7th, which is kind of cool. And that's I like games like that. I'm reading a book on Sandy Koufax, and back then those were the games. And I've played those seasons before, those early 60s seasons. All right, so it's going to be Gary Pettis leading it off in the bottom of the 7th. Gary Pettis plays center field for the Rangers, and he batted .239. Let's pull the card. It's an 8. It's going to be off Pettis. A 47. It's going to be a strikeout. Curveball gets Pettis. Jeff Hewson is shortstop. He's the top of the order now. Jeff Hewson batted .240. Shortstop in 119 games, played third base for 36 games. It's an 11 again off the batter's card because it's 2-5 on Hetzel's card. And it's a 38. 38 is going to be a base on balls. Okay, so the score right now is 3-2 Rangers. We don't want the Rangers to do any more damage, so we're going to go into the bullpen here. Now, I printed out I didn't finish telling the story, but I printed out the Statis Pro after I bought it for $10 the whole season. So this game has cost me $10, but hey, it's $10 well spent. I still have the season downloaded, saved into my computer. If I ever wanted to play something else, I could. Now, in this game, the first pitcher that came in there was Dennis Lamp. Okay, now in these Status Pro sets online, you get every single player. Dennis Lamp had 46 relief appearances. He was 4.68 in a 3-5 record. He's going to come in for Hetzel, and we're going to pull Hetzel after 6 1/3. So we're going to write that in 6.1, and it's going to be Gino Petralli coming in. All right. So now I don't think that I don't have to reduce it because he's out of the game already. There you go. So this is RR is 6. Relief rating, I guess, is 6. So I put that on the reduction. I guess relief reduction, starter reduction. That's what that means. I'm learning all these terms. I'm not a long-term, Status Pro player, so I'm learning the game as well. Let's see. All right, so Gino Petralli is up. We're going to pull for the PB rating here is 2-6. Now you could do something like the first batter he faces, he's 2-7. You could do something like that. It wouldn't be the end of the world. All right, it's a 10. So it's going to be off Petralli's card with a runner on first. That's going to be a 16. That's a low number. So that's probably going to mean there's some sort of hit. It's a line drive, base hit, center field. Okay, and Jeff Hewson is a B base runner. So and that's the center field. The center fielder is Burks. Let's see his arm rating, and then we're gonna gauge whether we should T4. So T4, runner first to third on a single to center. T4, he's a B. 11-46 because there's only one out. I don't know if I want to risk that. I'm pretty conservative in how I play baseball. I'm not going to risk that right now. If the numbers were a little bit better, I would probably do that. But being that there's only one out and the numbers are that low, you get a boost with 2 outs. So 2 outs is when I really try to move it because you get 20 points extra. And you just add that. So that's going to be a single off Palmeiro's card, right? A single off Palmeiro's card. And we're going to check for an error on that. These are new cards I bought. I bought them from Dave as well last summer. And there's 6 to 10 is an error. So let's see the center fielder, Burks, what his error rating is. His error rating is a 1 in center field. So he does not commit an error. And that's a single. Runners on first and third now. I'm sorry, first and second. My fault. First and second. Dennis Lamp loses 1 here. Loses a notch. Gave up a hit. And here goes Rafael Palmeiro now. He's a power hitter. That's 5. So that's going to be on Dennis Lamp's card. So this gives him a huge... There won't be any home runs. So that's a huge advantage. It's a 68. We can get a double play here. 68 is an out. Palmeiro is an LN. LN is a G4. So if there's no error, that's going to be a double play. A 4-6-3 double play. No error. 4-6-3 double play. And the Red Sox get out of the inning without a run being scored on them. So we go top of the 8th now. So Palmeiro hits into that 4-6-3 double play, and that retires the side. Dennis Lamp did a great job there. Gave up a hit, but then he got the double play ball. All right, so it's going to be Reed. Jody Reed is the second baseman. Now, I'm learning all these players, which is cool. I like that. That's why I'm playing these kind of one-off games, these outlier games. Jody Reed, 289 batter. He's leading it off for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch from Kevin Brown. It's an 8. That's going to be off Reed. It's a 58. That's an out. He's an RN, registered nurse. It's a ground ball shortstop. And it's 5 to 10 error. Let's see. The shortstop is Houston. And Houston is got an error rating of a 4 at shortstop. And this is a 5 to 10. So he makes the play, fires to first, and throws out Reed by a step. One away here in the top of the 8th inning. It's a 3-2 Rangers lead over the Boston Red Sox. All right, so now it's an 8 for Mike Greenwell. Right, Greenwell batted .297 with 14 home runs in 159 games. That's an 8, so that's going to be off Greenwell's card because Kevin Brown is a 2-7. Now, I know that there's a modifier for a guy who's pitching well into deeper into the ball game, deep into the ball game. There's a kick up where you notch up the pitcher. I don't see that here. It may be either written in the rules or it's an additional rule or it's an advanced rule because there's 3 different sets of this game. There's the first one, the second one, and then there's the advanced one. So I don't know. I don't worry about that. All right, so where were we? That's going to be an 8. So that's going to be off Greenwell. And it's a 31. And a 31 is going to be a ball that's belted, one hop off the wall, and Greenwell is going to be safe at second base with a 1-out double here in the top of the 8th. That puts the tying run at second base. And coming to bat is going to be Dwight Evans. Now, I remember Dwight Evans from the late 70s. Had a crazy arm, powerful arm. But he only played as a DH in 1990, so it's probably the end of his career. So that's a double for Greenwell, and that's Greenwell's 1, 2, 3, third hit of the game. He had 2 singles prior, so he's 3 for 4. Now Evans is 1 for 3. And that's going to knock down Kevin Brown by a notch. And did we check for an error? No, we did not. We checked for the error. No error. All right, Dwight Evans. I almost missed all that fun stuff. Okay. All right, Dwight Evans. Here's the pitch. It's 5, so that's going to be off Kevin Brown. A 55 off Brown is an out. He's an RP. RP is a fly ball, right field, F9. Now let me just make sure there's no opportunity for advancement on an F9. I know you have deep fly balls in this. I know usually deep fly balls, they give you that opportunity. Fly out to right, runner holds, OBR. That's what I love about this game. You got to check it out. OBRA or OBRB, that means on base runner. If he's an A or a B runner, he gets to third base. So it's a deep fly ball and into the corner. And now our runner, who's Greenwell, if he is an A or a B OBR, he's a D, so he is not going to advance. So that's an F9 on my scorecard. And next is going to be Bill Buckner. There he is, the Billy Buckner. Now, Billy Buckner had some great seasons, batting into 300, but always a good contact hitter, a line drive hitter. Didn't strike out very much. Just a class guy. Played outfield for a while, played first base, had some knee issues. And I won't mention what he's really, unfortunately, known for. But he's overall, he was a tremendous player. And we just lost him recently. RIP Bill Buckner. I know he started off playing, I believe, with the Dodgers. Then he went to the Cubs, and then I think he finished his career with the Red Sox. I know. All right, so here goes Bill Buckner against Kevin Brown. It's an 11, so that's going to be off Buckner's card. Now, Buckner didn't do very well in 1990, batted 186. So it will be a miracle. He only played in 22 games. So it's going to be a miracle if we can get a hit out of him. But he did have one home run. Let's see if he hits one now. 38. Oh, it's in the out range. Bill Buckner. LN. Ground ball, first base. And G1A with a runner at second. Grounder out, pitcher to first. Is that what I said it was? He was an LN, right? Yeah, G1A is a pitcher to first. 1-3. And that retires the side. So we'll go to the bottom of the eighth. 3-2 Rangers. So that was exciting, but nothing came of it. All right, Ruben Sierra is going to lead it off against Dennis Lamp. We're leaving Lamp in there. Ruben Sierra played with the Yankees. I remember that. All right, here's the pitch from Dennis Lamp. It's a 2, so it's off Lamp. That's a 26. 26 is going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the corner. And chasing it is a left fielder, Greenwell, around first and into second base with a leadoff double is Ruben Sierra. That's Ruben Sierra's second double of the game. All right, so here goes Julio Franco. Now, Franco's been trouble today. He's doubled and homered and struck out. And you know what? We may walk Julio Franco just to create the opportunity for a double play and face Harold Baines. Now, let's see if we had a lefty. A lefty could come in here. Lamp, Murphy. Let's see if Murphy's a lefty. Murphy. All right. Red Sox, but Rob Murphy was a lefty. There he is, perfect. And he pitched in this game. Rob Murphy pitched. So, so far he went two-thirds of an inning. Lamp went 2/3, .2, and he gave up 2 hits, and he struck out none, walked none, and then all the other stuff is. I'm using the actual classic score sheet from Statis Pro. I got to show you the score sheet from Statis Pro. Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm using it just because of nostalgia, and just because to play homage to offer homage to the game. So the boxes are really tiny, so you got to write really small. I like the fact there's a little line score up here. There's a lot of space wasted to keep stats, and I don't know, you can keep stats for the game, but you can't keep them for the season because look at these the little boxes are so tiny. So I made some errors here, and I used some whiteout to correct that. But down here is the pitching section. Visiting pitcher, home pitcher. Brown and Rogers were the only 2 pitchers there. So far we've gotten to Murphy, Reardon, and Gardner pitch in this game. See if we can get to all the players. So anyway, I just wanted to show you, it's called the official Statis Pro baseball score sheet. I made a bunch of copies. Most games that you buy online come with them. Come with a set, and they're usually never touched. I don't know, guys didn't really play that many games with these, or just didn't use those, I don't know. But they're always untouched, pretty much. And I just got a couple of them to save those original ones and just made a bunch of copies. So I have those. All right, so Sierra's at second base. We're going to walk Franco. Intentional walk to Franco. First and second now. And we're going to get Rob Murphy. Murphy is a 6, so we're going to start that off. Lefty versus lefty. And here goes. All right, it's a 6. Murphy is a 2-5. So it's going to be off Harold Baines. That's not good. And that's an 18. That's trouble. That's going to be a single line drive, base hit center field. And now it's going to ask us if we want to score Greenwell, and I'm sorry, if we want to score Sierra. Let's take a look at Sierra's speed. Sierra's a B, so we may have a throw to the plate. 18, so it was a single to center, throw to the plate. Let's see, center fielder for the Red Sox is Burks, and we said he was a 4. Second to home on a single to any outfield, a 4. He's a B. 11 to 46 with no out, or do we hold him? You know what? Easy peasy. We're going to hold him. We're going to check for an error out there. None. And we're going to move Rob down 1. Bases are loaded. So it's a single. It was a double intentional walk, and now a single loads the bases for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 8th. Rangers are on the verge of breaking this one wide open. It's 3-2 Rangers, but if they score, if they can hit a double right here and it clears the bases, then it becomes a 6-2 ball game. All right, so I'm going to turn this over because this distracts me. Turn that over. That distracts me. All right, so Pete Incaviglia, okay? Pete Incaviglia, an Italian name, not easy to pronounce. I think the G is silent. Pete Incaviglia. And he's up. What did he do today? So far, he's 1 for 3. He's singled in the 4th. The left fielder. He's a right-handed batter. Let's pull Murphy. Unless, wait, let's see. What do we have? We have another right, and then a switch hitter. You know what? I'm going to pull Murphy. And I'm going to bring in Jeff Reardon. I should have Reardon somewhere. I hope I have him somewhere. Don't have him there. Let's see. I got some more players here. Oh, there he is. Great. Jeff Reardon. Okay, so he's coming in now. He's a right-handed thrower. Now, he had 47 relief appearances, 21 saves, 3.16 ERA. And here goes to pitch 2. We're going to have to bring the infield in on this. And that's included, like when, for example, I'll look at these charts. There's three basic charts here that you look at besides the play mat. There's 3 different charts. And I'm looking for the bases loaded chart right here. So we have that set up. Bases loaded. See, it has infield in, infield back. It's really, I mean, this is a great game. You just got to get into the flow. And I'm going really slow to get into that flow. But I really like, once I start playing it, I love playing it. It's a lot of fun. And it's really, you know, just a beautiful, nostalgic kind of experience. You know, takes you back to when you were a kid. And so many guys have told me stories. And I can put myself in their shoes. And so I think of them when I'm playing this. All right, so here goes. Jeff Reardon is in there. He's going to face Pete Incaviglia. So 4. So it's off Reardon. He's 2-7, by the way. It's an 88. Luckily, I went to righty versus righty. Because otherwise this would have been a hit probably. If I would have left the lefty in, it would have been a hit. So now it's an 88. And that's just going to be an out. He's an RP, so that's going to be a fly ball to right field. That's trouble now. Fly out to right field, runner hold. OBR A or B on third scores. So who was on third? It was Sierra, and I think he's a B. So I believe Sierra is going to score here. He is a B, and he scores. Okay, the speedier guys are going to score without a throw. Everybody else holds up. So it's a sacrifice fly, an RBI to 9, and that's out number 1. But it's a 4-2 game now, and it's going to be Steve Buechele. Buechele batted .215, 91 games, played in 91 games. All right, here goes. So that was a run. Now it's Reardon. I'm not going to charge Reardon with that run simply because it's not his fault. He didn't do anything. So I don't know how other guys play it. That's how I'm going to play it. He did what he was supposed to. It's not that he didn't do anything. He did what he was supposed to. All right, 10. So this is going to be not off Reardon's card, but off Buechele's card. That's an 88. Buechele is also a righty. That's going to be an out, an RN. Registered nurse. That's a G1 with a potential error. So it's a comebacker to Reardon. Feels his position. And it's, let's look at that again, because G1 is a potential double play. With bases, with first and second here. Let's look at that. It's first and second. First and third. I have a tendency to do this. And start first and second. There it is. Hitting away in this little corner here. First and second. So a G1 is a double play grounder. Pitcher shortstop. And to first. So it's a 1-6-3 double play. And thanks to Reardon, only 1 run scores. So that's huge. Now we go to the top of the 9th. And it's going to be Pena leading it off. Pena leading it off for the Red Sox. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I got to flip this over there because they distract me. So I'm flipping them over now so I don't see them. All right, let's get started here. It's going to be top of the 9th, last licks for the Red Sox. It's going to be Tony Pena. Tony Pena, outstanding defensive catcher. He's a CD2, clutch defense 2. And he's an error 1. CD, that's clutch defense. Only happens when there's a runner on base. So we pull again. It's a 5. That's off Kevin Brown. He's going for a complete game. But that's an 18. An 18 is going to be a single. So Pena singles, bringing the tying run to the plate. So Pena's on at first. And he's a C, OBRC. We're not going to pinch run for him simply because that's not the tie and run. So we still got to get Ellis Burks in there. Ellis Burks batted .296 with 21 home runs. And he's batting, what, 7th? Not bad. Okay, so now we're looking at doing something for the Rangers. The Rangers brought in, let me see who the Rangers, John Russell was a catcher. Mike Stanley. He played in this game. That Bosley, I have a couple of those. I was printing these out on my printer and their sizes. Okay, this is not it. Let's see if I can find pitchers. Jeff Russell was a potential closer. He had 10 saves, 27 relief appearances, and he's playing because I saw him. I checked the prior game. And he pitched. So let's see if there's anybody else who's really their official closer. I don't know if they may have had somebody, but they got rid of him. Bohannon, nah. Charlie Huff, nope. All right. So I guess we're going to bring in Jeff Russell. Jeff Russell has come in the 9th. I mean, we could let Brown go another. Let's go. Let's be crazy. All right. Let's start warming up Jeff Russell. We're in the top of the 9th. It's a 4-2 ball game. Leadoff hitter Pena singles, and now you have Ellis Burks, right-handed batter. 296, 21 home runs. BD. Uh-oh. Now that has to do with clutch batting. Okay, and it comes on these cards. So right here it says if I roll 11 to 20, or if I pull 11 to 24, it's going to be a double. We're going to hold Pena. It's going to be second and third. But if I roll a 25 to 27, it's a triple. If I roll a 28 to 37, it's a home run. Let's see what happens. Ellis Burks, here's the pitch from Kevin Brown. 82. So now 82. Now the way I've been doing it, because on the and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, and I know you'll let me know. On the clutch batting chart, it says no action occurs, return to normal play. So no action occurs in this at bat, basically. That's how I interpret that. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. So I got to pull another card. I'm going to do this again. Ellis Burks, that was foul. Pull down the line, foul. 8. So this is going to be off Burks' card. And it's going to be a 24, random number 24. And a random number 24 is going to be a double. Pull down the line into left field corner. And in left field is Incaviglia. And he gets it in, but not before Burks makes it to second base. And that now is going to be it for Brown. And we are going to bring in Jeff Russell to close it out. Whatever happens, happens here with Jeff Russell now. So it's 8 innings. 8 innings for Brown. And now it's going to be Russell, not Rogers, who actually pitched in this game. Russell pitched in the day before, but he is the closer, so this is a closing situation. So Russell is going to be 4, so he doesn't pitch to many batters, as you can see. 4 is only 4 opportunities to either give up hits, walks, and so forth. All right, so Ellis Burks doubles down the line, and it's second and third, nobody out, and it's going to be Carlos Quintana. Carlos Quintana batted 287. He's a right-handed batter. Jeff Russell throws from the right side, had a 4.27 ERA with 10 saves. Here's the pitch. It's a 4, so that's going to be off Russell's card. It's a 16. A 16 off Russell's card is a line drive base hit center field. And that's the center fielder Pettis plays it on a hop. Burks is going to stop at third. Let's check. Let's double check just in case what Pettis's his arm is a T4. Yeah, T4, and Burks is a what? Burks' running is a D, not a good base runner. So he's gonna hold up at third base. It's gonna be first and third. First and third, and that was a 4, so we're not going to check for errors, but we're going to have to move Russell down 1. First and third, and it's going to be Luis Rivera. Now, I don't know that we want to let Luis Rivera bat, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look at let's see. 1979 Mets, 1990. I gotta pull this up. Give me a second. I'm pulling this up, but I still will probably talk a little bit as I go and do this. 1990. 1990 Boston Red Sox schedule. So I want to use the pinch hitters that were actually on the roster at that time, so I want to look at the games. So I'm going to pull the Red Sox, the 1990 Red Sox schedule. There it is. Baseball Almanac. I like Baseball Almanac because I like the font better. I think that Baseball Reference has more information, but I may be wrong. This was May 30th. Texas Rangers. Okay, game 45. Texas Rangers. And who pinch hit for Boston here? Brunansky. Let's see. Let's look for Brunansky. Let's see if we have him somewhere. Brunansky. Ribideau, Plantier, Pankovitz, Lancelotti, Gedman. I still remember how to pronounce these names. Romine, Naring, Marzano, Mike Marshall, Barrett, Brunansky. Tom Brunansky is a right-hander. And you know what? We're going to bring in Tom Brunansky, who batted .267 with 15 home runs. All right, this is exciting. All right, Tom Brunansky is going to pinch hit. And there's no place really to put him here. Brunansky. It's going to be a pinch hitter for Rivera. Okay, let's see what happens. It's going to be first and third now. And Brunansky is going to face Jeff Russell. Here's the pitch. It's an 8, so it's off Brunansky's card. That's a 51. A 51's a strikeout. Brunansky down swinging for the first out. And the infield was in on that, by the way. They got to stop that tying run from scoring. It's 4-3 now. And now it's Wade Boggs. So Rivera's out. What do we do with Wade Boggs? Wade Boggs. Do we pitch to Wade Boggs? I mean, Wade Boggs batted .302 with 6 home runs, so it's not that high. I mean, he's had years where he batted .350. So we're going to pitch to Wade Boggs here in the top of the 9th. It's a 4-3 ball game. The Rangers are up. This is game number 45 of the season for the Red Sox, and Bill Buckner's last game. Bill Buckner today is 0 for 4. He actually had 2 hits in the first practice game I played. Boggs. All right, let's face Boggs. Pitch is a 6. That's going to be off Russell. A 13. A righty versus a... He's a righty. A righty versus a lefty. 13 is going to be a base hit single. And that's going to tie the ball game. So going to tie the ball game. Single by... Through the hole for Boggs. Single through the hole for Boggs. RBI. And the game is tied at 4. Stopping at second is Quintana. Wow. Never expected this to happen. Okay, so that's going to be basically... Both those runs are going to be charged to Brown. There's going to be another reduction point for Jeff Russell. So Boggs is on at first. And Quintana stops at second. It's going to be Jody Reed at a .289. Here's the pitch to Reed. It's a 3. That's off Jeff Russell. Oh, wait, we got to check for an error for that, don't we? We never did that. No error. Okay, so next one is going to be a 9. So that's going to be off Jody Reed. Yeah, I don't believe that I checked for the error, and I did not. It was a 13. But wait a second, it was a 13 off whose card? Off 6. Yeah, off Russell's card, so you didn't have to check for an error. So it is a 3. That's going to be off Russell. Right, it's going to be off Russell there. Let's double check that one more time. Yep. It's a 6, correct? Yeah. All right, so now it's going to be a 37. But this is going to be on Russell's card. 37 on Russell's card is a strikeout. So that's out number 2 now. And it's going to be Greenwell. Now Greenwell has 3 hits on the day. He's 3 for 4. And he's up here with the potential winning run at second base in Quintana. Quintana has good speed, I believe. He has a speed. No, he doesn't. OBRD. I don't know if I can bring a pinch runner. don't really know. I have to go back and do a lot of research. I'm not into that right now. So I'm going to play without the pinch runner. First and second, Greenwell. Actually, you know what? I better bring in the pinch runner because I see this guy getting that single and him not being able to score, getting thrown at the plate. And then this won't be let's bring in the pinch runner. Let's see the game before. Let's go to the game before this and find out. SB. Oh, SB is a pinch runner. Okay, great. And I saw that SB is with. Oh wait, that's for the Rangers. We need a pinch runner for the Red Sox. I didn't use nobody in that game. Let me go back one more. I don't know if any of you guys out there know these teams, because I sure don't. All right, we're going to game 43 to check and see if they use the pinch runner, or at least somebody who can move, who's a potential infielder here. Wow, they used the same lineup for 3 games in a row. Oh, Harris. Now Harris is a pitcher. All right, I gotta go back 4 games or 3 games. Let's see. To find somebody who can play an infield. Usually the infielders are quick guys. So let's see. Evans, Romine, pinch runner, Romine. That's interesting. I saw him before, right? Oh, Kevin Romine, pinch runner. He's a B, perfect. And he's a outfielder. Okay. So then he can play outfield for Quintana. So Quintana's out. And Kevin Romine is in. He's a B runner. Kevin Romine. K. Romine. Pinch runner for Quintana. Bottom of the 9th. Okay, no, there's no space to write real notes on here. I just stuck it in wherever I could. Okay, so there you go. So at second base is the pinch runner now. And at the plate is going to be Mike Greenwell. Here's the pitch from Jeff Russell. It's a 3. So that's off Russell's card. It's an 83. That's going to be an out. LN, unless there's an error, it's a comebacker to Russell. Fields his position and throws out Greenwell 1-3, and that retires the side. But not before the Red Sox tie it up with 2 big runs in the top of the 9th. Now let me show you another issue. Look how this is designed. I got 1 inning to go here, extra innings. Because that's it, I run out of space, and look at all this space on this side. So I may just have to make this the 11 to start working this way, from left to right, on the other side of the paper. It's a little bit wacky design. I mean, there's some things I like about it. It's in the fact that it has an area for line score. It has, a plentiful area for the pitchers, and that's all together at the bottom. I like that. I don't like that I wish I had some space to make notes, so I could have made this whole note right here. And I don't need all this, Anyway, it was back, probably in late 70s or early mid 70s. Who knows what they were thinking. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 4-4. It's Red Sox, Rangers. Bill Buckner's last game. He passed away, I think, about a week ago, 10 days ago. So now we got to make some changes. We need a new shortstop. There's a guy named Marty Barrett that he can play second base, and we can put Reed at shortstop. Marty Barrett. There he is. Perfect. Okay, I remember Marty Barrett. Okay, so Marty Barrett is going to bat where Rivera batted. Or no, actually, Quintana's out, and he'll be replaced by Kevin Romine. So Romine is going to be left fielder. And then Rivera was pinch hit for by Bernansky. So that's where Barrett is going to go in. Barrett is going to bat ninth. Romine's going to stay in there. Bernansky's out. And Barrett is a E1. E1, not bad. Okay, that's right. I'm not a guy who makes a lot of changes, but sometimes I need to make the change because it's a critical situation. And that was definitely a critical situation. Gary Pettis is leading it off here. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning. Should be Gary Pettis leading it off. Bouchel made the last out, hitting into a double play in the bottom of the eighth, killing a rally. And it's Jeff Reardon. He's going to go one more inning, just because I don't feel like changing him. So Reardon is going to go one more inning. I'm going to pull a card. Here's the pitch from Reardon. It's a Z. Okay. Let's go to Z chart. I don't normally do this, but I'm starting to do it now just to have fun and break it up. Z chart. And I'm going to pull a card for a number. It's on the Z chart right here. An unusual play, Z chart, reference, and prior editions. Don't know what that means, but I don't really care. All right, here goes. 52. 52 means that consult the Z chart for fielding plays. Z chart for fielding plays. Where the heck is that? This is the Z play injury out chart. I got some funny stories here. Third baseman runs into dugout chasing foul. Use injury factor. Shortstop runs into right field wall. Left fielder crashes into wall. I like this. But where is the... here it is. Z out chart fielding plays. This chart is used when referred to from unusual plays chart on preceding page. Obtain a new random number and apply below. New random number, 63. Last number, 55 to 63. Difficult fly to left. E0 or E1 in left field, batter out. Okay, in left field, I've got Romine, who replaced, oh no, that's in right field. He's in right field. That's right, because Quintana was in right field. My left fielder was Greenwell. So let's see if he's a 0-1 or a 0. Oh, that almost went flying. Greenwell, let's see what he is. He's an E3. An E3, so batter out, runners hold. An E2 to an E10 in left field, double to left, center, runners score. There's no runners on, so it's going to be a double. So it's a ball that Greenwell just can't get to. And Pettis is on second base with a double. Now we're going to intentionally walk the next batter to set up for a double play unless Petrali bunts. But I don't think Houston was a better bunter than Petrali. Petrali's a double D bunter. So I don't think we're going to bunt with him. I mean, we could try to bunt with him. Let's see what happens. Petrali batted 255, which is not too bad. Okay, so that's going to be a double. So that's going to be a reduction. Reardon gets a reduction. Goes to 5. Lead off double. Petrali is going to try to bunt. Let's see. 52. DD 52. Lead runner tagged out. Catcher to lead base. So it's a ball that's picked up by Pena. Rifles it to third. That's going to be. Oh, it's a wheel play was on. It's going to be a 2-6. 2-6. They get the lead runner. It's a fielder's choice. And it's Palmeiro. Now at second base, we have a pretty fast runner, I hope. In Houston, he's a short. In Houston, he's a B. Okay, so he'll be able to score. And we may have a play at the plate. Let's see what happens. All right, here's Palmeiro against Reardon. It's a 7, so that's on Reardon's card. It's a 76. 76 is an out. LN. LN is a comebacker to Reardon. It's a G1A. G1A. You know what? And I think I played it wrong before. I think I did the wrong thing before. G1A. This is with runners on first and second now. First and second. Not there. First and second. Not there. First and third. First. Second. I can't find first and second. Wait a second. Sometimes I go a little bit too fast. Runner on first. Runner on second. Okay. First and second. There it goes. All right. Runners on first and second. It's a G1A. Oh my God, I made a mistake before. First and second. G1A is a grounder back to the pitcher. Runners advance. I'm learning the game, so I don't freak out over these things. I'm not going to replay the whole game or anything like that. There's 2 outs now. Both runners move up. And now it's going to be Ruben Sierra. Let's see what Sierra's done today. Sierra's doubled twice. He's 2 for 4 and scored 2 runs. And he's up now against Reardon. See what happens. It's a 7. That's off Reardon. 71. That's going to be an out. Sierra's an SP. And that's a ground ball. First base. No error. Unassisted. 3 unassisted, I believe. For second and third. Doesn't really matter, but just to check and see how this system base is loaded. First and third. Second and third. G3, infield back. Batter out, first base unassisted. Wow, that was exciting. But now I realize that I believe I made a mistake earlier in the game. And we go to the 10th inning now with the score tied at 4. And it's time to shuffle. Shuffle on down to Statis Pro Town. Time to shuffle. Now, I bought these cards brand new, and they were in the Dave Roy sells them, and you can buy these brand new. When they get ugly, I get rid of them. Get a new set. They're about $10. He sends it to you on decent card stock. Probably the 110-pound card stock. You got to separate them. Every 3 innings, you got to do this in Statis Pro. It's critical to maintain the randomness, the pure randomness. Okay, dice are always more random, and there's some videos of me playing this I'm going to flip it all around. All right, so let's turn all this over. Let's turn all this over now. Jeff Russell is still in there. He's going to go a little bit more. Dwight Evans is going to be at bat. And it's going to be it for Reardon. So Reardon went actually 2 innings. And he gave up 1 hit and a walk. He struck out none. Allowed no runs. And Gardner's going to be our next pitcher. Let's see if I can find Gardner. There he is. Wes Gardner is going to be our pitcher in the following inning. So let's set him up already. He's a 7, RR7. All right, so it's Jeff Russell versus Dwight Evans. Here's the pitch. It's a 2, so that's off Jeff Russell. A 32, it's a strikeout. So Evans down swinging, 1 out. Top of the 10th, it's 4-4. BD, there's nobody on base. 5, that's off Russell. 86. He's a lefty. He's a righty in 86. Righty versus a lefty. 87 would have been a hit. 86 will not be a hit. So an 86 is going to be an out. LN out. It's a fly ball, deep right field. Back goes Sierra to the track, makes the catch. F9 for out number 2. Bill Buckner gets everybody excited back at home. Tony Pena, 9. You have Pena's card. Have to check for error if there's a hit. 23. That's going to be line base hit. Tony Pena goes the opposite way into right field. Check for the error. And there's no error. None. And you move that one to 1. Jeff Russell loses another notch. And Pena's on with a single. Now Pena, that's Pena's 4th hit of the game. He's got 3 singles and a double with 2 RBIs. Now Pena batted .263. Not too shabby. Ellis Burks. Ellis Burks hit a huge double, putting men on 2nd and 3rd in the top of the 9th. And then it was Carlos Quintana, who was pinch run for, who got the RBI single to bring to make the game 4-3, and then it was an RBI single by Wade Boggs that tied the game in the top of the 9th. All right, Elvis Burks. Here's the pitch from Russell. It's a 9 off Burks. He's got good power. 63. It's not going to happen. It's an out. An RP out is a fly ball pop up to shortstop. Backpedaling is the shortstop, Houston, and makes the catch. So that retires the side. In the top of the 10th, the Red Sox leave 1, score none, go to the bottom of the 10th now. It's going to be Wes Gardner leading it off, or I'm sorry, on the mound. Leading it off is going to be Julio Franco. Played with the Mets at the end of his career. I remember him. He was like 46 years old. That was so cool. So it's going to be Wes Gardner, a righty, versus Julio Franco, a righty. Here goes. Here's the pitch from Wes Gardner. It's a 12, so it's all Franco's card. It's an 83. That's going to be an RN out. Line to the shortstop and caught. L6. 1 away. Harold Baines, 6. That's off Gardner. A 48. It's going to be ball 4. So Baines walks. Pete Incaviglia. Oh, we got to move one down here. There. Okay. 8. It's going to be off Incaviglia's card. 74. Jeez. RP, fly ball, high, pop up to the right side. Under it is second baseman Barrett. And that's 2 away. And now it's Steve Buechele. Steve Buechele is a third baseman. I want to see if I can replace him with somebody, get a pinch hitter here. Somebody with a little bit more oomph in their back. Steve Buechele. Mike Stanley. What other third baseman do we have? Steve Buechele. Oh, Houston can play third base as well. Wow. Kunkel. Kunkel can come in. All right. I figured that out now. That was quick. Let me find the... So we can get Mike Stanley, 249 with 2 home runs. Kunkel, he can play shortstop. John Russell, I think, pinch hit. He's a catcher. That Bosley, I think, did something in this game, played this game. Not very exciting here. Bouchel, and then it'll be Kunkel at third. I'm going to bring Stanley to pinch hit. Top of 10. And then the shortstop is going to, the third baseman is going to be Kunkel. Alright. So it's going to be Mike Stanley. He's also an ex-Yankee. And Kunkel is going to... Stanley's going to pinch hit against Gardner here with runner on first and 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. All right, here's the pitch. CD, clutch defense, not what we wanted to see. To who? The clutch defense to who? The center fielder. And we said that that was Burks, Elvis Burks. Let's see what kind of clutch defensive rating he has. He's a 1. So that's a clutch defense, a 1. The outfielders only right there. Let's see the number. We were a 48. A 48 is going to say line out, double play. But it's a line out center field. Now retires the side. One thing I feel that there's a little bit too much of when there's a CD, that's those line out double plays. I think there's too many of those. I don't see those very often in games. I can go like maybe 10 games and only see 1, if any. And this, it seems to be every other game. There's a couple of things in here that are iffy, like grounders to catchers. How often do you see that? Not very often. Not 2 or 3 times a game. It hasn't happened in this game, but I've had games where it's happened 2 or 3 times, and it's, wait a second. So I change those sometimes to pop-ups to the catcher. If I see, I'll give you 1, 2, 3, but then the next one I'm going to do a pop-up, and then I probably won't see it anymore. So I fix it that way. But it's like on 3 of the cards, like grounders to the catchers. I think that's too much. All right, so that retires the side, and we go to the 11th inning, tied at 4. So now we're going to move. To the other part of our score sheet. I'm going to move to the left of my score sheet, and I spoke to you guys about that before. See that? How I'm doing that? I'm going to start doing it this way. So it's going to be not Quintana, because Quintana was replaced by Romine, so Romine is going to be batting. He's up. Right here. Let's double check that and make sure that's the truth. Yep, Kevin Romine's right there. Stanley's out. Kunkel is in. Be the third baseman. He's an E5. Okay. Okay, so Russell's going to be out, and we're going to bring in Rogers, Kenny Rogers, to pitch for the Rangers. Kenny Rogers, not the singer. Got to know when to fold him. Not him. Kenny Rogers, the pitcher, a lefty. And he's going to face Romine, Kevin Romine. There's 2 Romines right now in the majors. I wonder if he's related. Their father, maybe? Oh no. Alright, he's a right-handed batter. Here goes Kenny Rogers, the pitch, 8. Kenny Rogers 2-7. It's off Romine. A 52, and that's going to be a base on balls. So Rogers, who is a 4, loses 1. And Rogers is, Romine is on at first with a walk. Romine is a B, base runner, so he's a pretty good base runner. Marty Barrett now. Marty Barrett's first at bat. This is Romine. Now it's Barrett. 2 T's, 2 R's on Barrett. Okay. Now we're not. He's at. Oh, he's at. He's at 226. We're gonna bunt with him. Let's go. So that's an 8. That's gonna be off of Barrett's card. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're looking at this number, 68, because we're bunting. What did I say? He was an AA. 68 is gonna say lead runner tagged out. What? It's just a high number. Lead runner tagged out. Catcher to lead base again. That's the only number on a AA that qualifies for a lead runner tag out. That's disappointing. Big time. Marty Barrett. That's going to be a fielder's choice. 2-6. And Barrett now. Barrett is a C base runner. Not too shabby. You know what? Something I haven't tried is a hit and run chart. Hit and run, he's a 2, so that's the best you can be. Be the best you can be. So we're going to try hit and run. That's all we're going to do here is pull a card. 61. That says ground out to first base, runners advance. Okay, that works. So Boggs grounds out 3U. Boggs. And now it's going to be Reed. Jody Reed with the go-ahead run at second base. It's an 8 off Reed. 66. RN ground ball, first base. 2-10. Wait a second. Woo. Wait a second. My first baseman is Palmeiro. Don't know what he is. He's a 2. So that's going to be an error on Palmeiro. An error on Palmeiro there. Look at that. 2-10. I'm going to pull another card to find out what number on the error to Palmeiro. First base, it's a 1 error. And a 1 error with a runner at second. Oh man, he may go around a score. Who knows? A 1 error. Ground ball through the fielder's legs. Batter safe. Runner to third. OBRA, runner on second, scores if 2 men are out. Wow, that's cool. He is not an A. He's a, we said he was a C, I believe. He was a, Barrett is a C, so he's not an A, so he's not going to score, but it's going to be ground ball through the fielder's legs, runner to third. Okay. Base safe. Batter safe. Runner to third. Yep. All right. So it's an E3 and E on Palmeiro. And Barrett's going to stop at third. Thought about scoring, but changed his mind. So it's an E3. A big error there by the Rangers. And now it's going to be Greenwell. With first and third, Mike Greenwell. Now, another question that I have is, should you give, I mean, this is a stressful situation when that, you think that pitcher's not upset right now? He's real upset. Easy ground at first base, boom. Goes through the first baseman's legs. So that's stressful. I'm going to knock him down a notch. I don't know if the rules say that, but that's a reality of it. All right, Greenwell. First and third, 2 outs. Top of the 11th. Bill Buckner's last game. 3. That's going to be off Kenny Rogers' card. A 26 off Kenny Rogers' card. It's a strikeout. Greenwell strikes out for out number 3. And that, my friend, retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning. Bottom of the 11th inning. Wes Gardner on the mound for the Red Sox. Leading it off is going to be Pettis. Okay. See what happens. Here's the pitch from Wes Gardner. It's an 11. It's off Pettis' card. And 82. Wow, these are all high numbers. SN. Say, pop up to the third baseman, Boggs. He's there in foul ground. One away. Jeff Houston, the batter. It's a 2 off Gardner. And 86. He's a lefty. A lefty versus a righty. 86. Oh, just missed being that hit. 87 would have been a hit. It's going to be an out. Houston is LN. That's a ground ball, first base. See if there's an error. No error. So it's 3 unassisted. Or at least I'm going to make it that. 3U. That was Houston. And now it's catcher Gino Petrali. Here's the pitch to Petrali. 2 out. It's a 6 off Gardner. An 11. Petrali's a lefty. Righty versus a lefty. A righty versus a lefty. That's a right-handed pitcher on the mound. Lefty batter. Now an 11 is whatever it is. Okay, so what an 11 is going to be a base hit. Okay. Off the pitcher, right? Yep, off the pitcher. It's an infield single for Petrali. Petrali, not speedy at all, so he's going to have trouble. He's going to need a triple or home run to score. Palmeiro. Here's the pitch to Palmeiro. 8 off Palmeiro's card. 67 LN. Ground ball to shortstop. No error. That's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Force out. And that retires the side. So we're going to go into the 12th inning, the top of the 12th. The game is tied at 4. This is Bill Buckner's last game in his career. We didn't reduce that. I think we needed to reduce that by 1. All right, Kenny Rogers is going to be facing Evans, Buckner, and Pena. Twelfth inning, 4-4. All right, Kenny Rogers to Dwight Evans. Here's the pitch. It's an 8. Oh, wait. We're in the 12th inning, and that's already 9, 10, 11. Top of the 12th. So we are doing a shuffle. We need to shuffle. And this game is really dragging on. I got to get to watch my Mets. And I think my wife is probably trying to ask me about dinner somewhere. Trying to text me, but I'm using I have to get a new laptop to connect my GoPro because I have such an old laptop that it won't calculate. So I'm trying to save up for a new laptop to do that, so I can go live in these games. Now we're playing 1990. It's May 30th, 1990. It's very exciting to see my poor job of shuffling. All right, so let's split it now. Split the deck, that, and then spin it around. I don't know, however I had it. I can never remember. Anyway, hopefully that'll do it. All right, here's the pitch from Kenny Rogers. It's an 8. That's the same exact number, I believe. All right, so it's off Evans' card. 88, lefty on the mound versus a righty. That's a single. Dwight Evans singles. He's on at first. Next is going to be Buckner. Buckner is a hit and run too. We're going to hit and run with Buckner. It's a 45. A 245 says runner out stealing. A B or B is safe at second. Oh my God. Batter is still at bat. Put out catcher to shortstop. 2-6. 2-6. Evans is a D. So actually it's here. It's SP. That's an SP issue. Yeah. Speed on stolen base speed. All right, so 2-6, and Buckner's still up, caught stealing. Here's a pitch to Buckner. Did we reduce one? We didn't reduce Rogers. Did we reduce him? I don't remember. Well, I'll check and see what he did. He gave up an E, a walk, and that's 3. Yep, because he only has 4 to go there. Okay, so we just rolled a 4. That's going to be off Rogers. 54. It's going to be a wild pitch. So that's going to move. Oh, no, there's no wild pitch. There's nobody on. So I got to pull another card. Another 2 cards. 8. Now it's off Buckner. 74. My God. LN. Ground ball, shortstop. No error. 6-3. 2 out. 2 out now. And it's Pena. Tony Pena. 8 off Pena's card. 48. It's an out. RN. Fly ball popped up. Catcher Petrali throws his mask away, makes the catch, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 12th now. 4-4 tie. Never-ending game here now. Wes Gardner, he's still on the mound and he's staying in there because he still has a lot of reduction points to give. Ruben Sierra is going to lead it off. Top of the 12th. Bottom of the 12th. It's a 5. So that's off Gardner's card. 71. It's an out. SP for Sierra. That's a ground ball, first base. And Buckner makes the play unassisted. 3U. Next is going to be Franco. Pitch to Franco. It's a 10 off Franco's card. A 51. So base on balls. Franco's on with a walk. Now it's Harold Baines. Baines has 2 singles and 2 walks in this game. It's been on 4 consecutive times. Harold Baines. 7. It's off Baines' card. 75. LP 75 is a ground ball. This could be a potential double play. No error. 5-4-3. Actually, wait a second. Yep, 5-4-3 double play. And that retires the side. Wow. Go to the top of the 13th inning. Top of the 13th inning. Kenny Rogers is still in there. Ellis Burks is going to lead it off. Here's the pitch. 4. It's off Rogers. 42. That's a strikeout. Burks strikes out. Next is Kevin Romine. Kevin Romine walked last time up. 7. That's off Rogers. 87. Romine's a righty. A lefty versus a righty. Lefty versus a righty. 87 is a single. So Romine is on with a single. Marty Barrett. And we're going to have to check. Wait, who was that off of? That was off of Rogers. So, that's going to be it for Rogers. Wow. Okay. Got to grab somebody else now. Let's see. You know what? We're going to have to check the Rangers schedule around game 43. Let's see who else they had as a relief pitcher that they were using. Arnsberg. Okay, that's the only guy I can see there. Arnsberg. Let's see if I have him. Now, I don't know if I tried to print out everybody. I don't know if I did. Arnsberg, there he is. All right, perfect. He's coming in. He's a 2.15 ERA with 53 relief appearances. Wow, that's a pretty good pitcher. All right, so Arnsberg is coming in. And Russell did a pretty good job. Russell did a good job. Russell pitched 2 1/3. No, that was Rogers. 2 1/3 for Rogers. Russell came in earlier than that. And Russell pitched 1. He pitched 2 innings.